Elon Musk followed through in his promise, filing a thermonuclear lawsuit against Media Matters in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Texas. Musk is alleging that the left-wing censorship group maliciously doctored side-by-side images depicting advertiser posts on the social media platforms next to pro-Nazi hate accounts. Media Matters wrote a research article claiming that X was placing ads for companies like Apple, Oracle, and IBM next to posts that tout Hitler and his Nazi party. They even included screenshots. This led to companies like Apple, Comcast, NBC Universal, and IBM to suspend all advertising on the platform, potentially costing Musk millions of dollars in revenue. X is alleging that Media Matters, quote, manipulated the algorithms to create these screenshots. The suit claims Media Matters got its hands on accounts that have been active for at least 30 days, followed accounts that produce extreme content, and those owned by big advertisers. And finally, quote, endlessly scrolling and refreshing its unrepresentative, hand-selected feed, generating between 13 and 15 times more advertisements per hour than viewed by the average X user. Elon Bokhari is a senior technology correspondent at Breitbart and the author of #Deleted. Alam, this seems pretty thermonuclear to me, a big-time lawsuit. Only 15 pages, though, filed in that Northern District of Texas. Your reaction?
X says that Media Matters report is deceptive, that is misleading the public. And according to X, only 2 users saw the ads next to that content identified in the Media Matters report. And at least one of those users would have had to have been Media Matters itself. Which, if that's true, that's just, mind-bogglingly deceptive. There are billions of ads served on X and on any major social media platform, and if only 2 of those impressions were what the Media Matters report consisted of, that is insane, and it really goes to show just the length to which some of these nonprofits, some of these organizations will go to smear and attack anyone that promotes free speech, anyone that allows people to challenge their narratives. Of course, Media Matters has for a long time presented itself as this nonpartisan media watchdog, but we all know that just a thin veneer for their real mission, which is attacking and smearing conservative media, and now platforms that simply allow conservatives and critics of progressivism to speak.
Media Matters has written more than 300 hit pieces on One American News. Not really so-called journalism, I would call that activism, Alam, but looking at your crystal ball, how do you see this playing out, and what do you ultimately think the consequences of this lawsuit will mean, not just for Media Matters, but for other organizations that encourage censorship of voices that they disagree with?
Well, I certainly think the lawsuits are having an effect. They haven't really been decided yet. They haven't been conclusively decided one way or another at the Supreme Court or anything like that. I'm not really a lawyer, so I can't tell you how successful they're going to be. But I do know that the censorship industry is now a lot more concerned. They're a lot more cautious. You've seen key figures in the censorship industry like Yoel Roth, who used to effectively run censorship at Twitter before Elon Musk took it over, saying, well, the people inside the censorship industry are now much more cautious because of all these lawsuits, because of these congressional investigations, because they know they might face discovery. In particular, I think they're more cautious about communicating with government agencies, which we haven't really talked about much in this segment, but government agencies, especially under the Biden administration, have played a massive role in encouraging censorship everywhere. They've been communicating with a lot of these organizations, not Media Matters specifically, but other organizations like the Election Integrity Partnership, which played such a critical role in censoring information in the 2020 election. So definitely these lawsuits are having effect in that they're making the whole censorship industry, and I call it an industry because it's vast. There are hundreds and hundreds of organizations around the world now that are, that present themselves as so-called monitors of disinformation and hate speech, but we all know that's a pretext to advance censorship. But they're all becoming more cautious as a result of these activities.
Elon Bokhari, senior technology correspondent at Breitbart News and author of #Deleted. Get your copy today. Elon, thank you so much for joining us.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.